Next, I'd like to talk about what I call the 5 T's. I use this concept in my teaching, in my thinking, and also in my judging. When I judge a percussion event or a marching band or a choir show, I use this concept to evaluate an individual player or an ensemble. The 5 T's: time, technique, touch, taste, tuning. Let's talk about time very briefly. Time is determined by the second sound that you make. One way to define rhythm would be a staccato sound separated by a certain length of silence or space before the next staccato sound. Okay? So if I'm clicking my sticks, I'm making a very short staccato sound, then there's a length of silence or space before the next sound. That length of space is tempo, or time. So in a measure of 4/4, one kind of interesting way to approach keeping an ensemble together or keeping your own individual playing on track is to view the 4 beats in a measure of 4/4 as if the downbeat of the measure, beat 1, is home. We like home. We're most comfortable at home. We like to go home. We know where we're at. We feel good about being home. So the downbeat of each measure is home. The second beat establishes time or tempo. And it's established by the length of space between the first sound and the second sound. Beat 3 continues time. We don't want to do this, 1, 2, and have the length of space between 2 and 3 be any different than it is between 1 and 2. So beat 3 continues the time that we've established with beat 2. Beat 4 also continues that time, but more importantly, it prepares us to return home. So we go home, time, time, get ready to go home, here's home. So we don't want, we want this preparation to go back to the start of what will be the next measure to be exactly right. Now, one of the benefits in this, as far as the ensemble goes, is this. If you pay attention to getting everybody home in time, then the most you will ever stray with the ensemble is 1 measure, because then everybody's going to focus on getting home together in the next measure, and then letting 2 of that measure reestablish tempo. Okay? Just one interesting way of many, by the way, to approach the concept of time, the concept of playing together as an ensemble within the framework of a longer phrase. Okay? Measure for measure, with the downbeat being home and 2 establishing time. Technique we've already discussed. Match grip, traditional grip. Touch is the moment of impact. Touch is the moment at which the beat of the stick or mallet actually strikes the head. So I've seen a lot of players spend a lot of time on their technique. Everything looks great. But then for some reason, when they actually strike the instrument, they make it sound very unmusical. That's the moment that at which the instrument speaks to you and to your audience. So that's the moment of greatest care. So if my technique is working very, very well, and I do something really bizarre at the moment of impact, that moment of touch, like that, the instrument doesn't speak the way I want it to. So that moment of touch is critically important. Taste is another T word, but it really means musicianship, dynamics, expression, phrasing, emotional input into the music so that your listener derives something enjoyable and meaningful by the experience. Taste, again, I needed another T word. Musicianship begins with M. I came up with taste. Tuning. Even the non-pitched instruments are very, very important. I don't want to take the time now because it's explained in the book, but on a snare drum, I always tune the bottom head first with the snares off. Then I tune the top head because the bottom head affects the sound of the top head. So tune the bottom head first, then tune the top head, then put the snares on and tune the snares. That gives you your final product.